Exponents, multiplying two monomials. So what is a monomial? What is an exponent? Okay, a monomial means one term. An exponent is the little number raised from the base. So on number 1, it says, what does 3 squared mean? It means 3 times 3, which is 9. So the base is 3, and the power exponent is the 2. What does 2 to the 5th mean? 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So 2 times 2 is 4, times 2 is 8, times 2 is 16, times 2 is 32. Number 3, what does 2x mean? 2 times x. What does x squared mean? X times x. What does 2x to the 5th mean? 2, and then you have 5 x's multiplied by each other. The exponent on the variable does not affect the coefficient. So that just means that the 5 is with the x, it is not with the 2, unless, of course, this were to be in parentheses, but it's not, okay? So we'll get to that a little bit later. All right, let's look at problem 6. It says, what does x squared times x cubed mean? So this is x times x, because you have two x's at first, and then x times x times x. So you have a total of 5 x's there. So this would mean x to the 5th power. And then on number 7, it says, what does 2x times 3x mean? Or you can put those in parentheses. So in this situation here, we've got 2 times x times 3 times x. And then it says now rearrange with like term factors or bases. So what I would do is use my 2 and my 3 here. So 2 times 3, and then x times x. So 2 times 3 is 6, and then x times x, you have 2 x's there. So that would be squared, so 6x squared. So now here we're going to go over some examples. And just as a little reminder, in multiplying monomials, you multiply the coefficients, and then as a shortcut, you can add the powers or the exponents. So in a situation like this on number 1, as a shortcut, you could add the powers. So 2 plus 6 gives you 8. So this would be a to the 8th power. Number 2, you can add the 3 and the 3. So 3 plus 3 gives you into the 6th power. Number 3, if it doesn't have an exponent, it's understood to be 1. So 5 plus 1 gives you 6. Number 4, okay, and this is what I was talking about. You need to group the like terms together. Okay, so 4 times 5 gives you 20. And then 2 plus 2 gives you 4. So 20x to the 4th power. So on number 5, you would group the 6 and the 7 together. And then y to the 4th times y cubed. So 6 times 7 is 42. Y and 4 plus 3 is to the 7th power. Number 6, 5 times 3 is 15. And then h times h is h squared. 15h squared. Number 7, 8 plus 20 is 28. So a to the 28th power. Number 8, 3 times 2 is 6. And then 1 plus 3 gives you u to the 4th. So that would be 6u to the 4th power. All right. Then it says on the back side, what about exponents that are not positive whole numbers? Well, you're still going to do the same thing. Negative 2 plus 6, that gives you 4. So it's just a to the 4th power. Number 10, you're going to group the 3 and the 9 together. So 3 times 9 is 27. Into the 7 plus negative 1, or 7 minus 1 gives you 6. Number 11, basically 4 times 1, because this is understood to have a coefficient of 1, and then 9 minus 2. So that gives you 4x to the 7th power. And if you want to, down below are answer banks for problems 9 to 19. So, if you wanted to look down and cross those out, you could do that. All right, number 12. Now here you have a fraction, your favorite, right? So we have 1/4 plus 1/4 gives you 2/4, but then that can be reduced to 1/2. So you'd have a raised to the 1/2 power. On this one, you have 1/3 plus 2/3 gives you 3/3, which is 1/2. So basically, you can just say the answer here is n. You don't even have to put to the first power. And then we have on 14, your exponents of 3/5 plus 1/5 gives you 4/5. So this would be x raised to the 4/5 power. Number 15, you're going to multiply 4 times 5, which is 20. And then you have for your exponents 1/2 plus 3/2 gives you 4/2, which reduces to a whole number of 2. So you're going to have as your final answer 20w squared. Problem 16. 6 will be your coefficient because the coefficient there is a 1. So 6 times 1 is 6. You have a denominator that's not common. So you have 1/4 plus 2/5. So you're going to have to get a common denominator. So between 4 and 5, it's going to be 20. Okay? So you're going to have to multiply. To get a 20 here, you have to multiply by 5. So you have to multiply your denominator by 5 as well as your numerator. Okay? So this is going to become 5 over 20. Plus, to get a 20 from 5 here, you're going to multiply this by 4. Whatever you do to the denominator, also do to the numerator. So that would give you 8 over 20. Now you can add your numerators. So 5 plus 8 gives you 13 over 20. So the final answer would be 6m. That looks bad. Let's try this again. All right, this would be 6m raised to the 13 over 20th power. All right, in 17, you're just going to multiply 8 times 6. That's 48. And you add 6 plus 5 and get 11. Number 18, it's just x, and then negative 6 plus 7 is 1, so it's just going to be x. And number 19, 10 times 3 is 30. X to the 2 plus 7 gives you 9.